Welcome to the our R tutorial. So this is how we can see our R is seen to us. The we can say the user view of the R is like this. We are having this one. This section is for that coding section. This is where we will able to know whether the team our code is compiled or not. If we are calling some connection or database, then we have this section, and this one is used to show some plots or histogram that we are calling according to the data. Okay, so what I did over here, I just written some of the codes over here that we have to try, and try to run it and see what type of what we can say what type of result they are giving to us. So what here I am having here, we are having a car. What I have written here, cars dot data. So what actually I am having, I am having a table named cars, and by seeing that cars dot data, I am actually extracting the whatever the values that is present into that database. Okay, so and by this code, that is this two codes, I am just running this two lines and just see what is happening over here. And I just do the run code here, and once I did the run, see this one, what I just got the database of the R, in which these above lines, like this, these are the what we say columns or attributes of the table that is known as car, in which we are having mpg, cylindrical, dispensive, hp, whatever the database we are having, or we can say whatever the attributes that we can give in order to make a database car. So once we fired that query, this two means that we are actually calling the two rows of the database, and what we get is the two rows with all the attributes over here. Okay, now I want to plot a histogram of this database. So this is the code in order to plot the histogram, and HISTY is used to call the histogram, uh, what we can say histogram facility or function, in order to define the histogram of this. So once I did the calling of this, once I run this, so see, a histogram is there, histogram of y is appeared over here, which is in the form of a graph. And by doing so, we are able to maintain any type of graph of any type of data that we are having. Okay, so this is what we can say a code which is used to find the we have done with the two things. First is we have just called a database which is known as cars, or database which is known as cars. Okay, and in that we have just what we have done, we have just called the two rows over there, and by using this histogram function, we are able to know what type we are able to know what how the data behaves in the form of the graph. Okay, now again, in that what we can say, in this two rows, that is x1, and we have taken this x1 and x2 two variables, and that x1 equals to cars dot data dollar disp, and x2 equals to car dot data dollar dart. This means what we are having here, we are taken the two variable x1 and x2, we have attached it with the database of cars, and what we are calling in the x1, we are calling disp. What is disp is one of the attribute over here. And drat, what is drat? Drat is the another attribute over here, you just see over here, disp and drat. Okay, so when we are calling, when we are actually what we are doing it, we are allotting the values of the disp and drat to the values to the variable x1 and x2. When we do the run over here, so see, the values of x1 and x2 is allotted, that is disp is allotted to x1 and drat is allotted to x2. Now in the second, this one, ninth and 10th line, what we have done, we are actually calling the regression function, which is actually used to show how this data is behaving while we are calling to the regression function in the binding function. Okay, so once we do this, and wait a while, yes, it's okay from my side. Now once we do the run over here, see this one, what we are getting, we are getting a plotting of what y, x1 and x2. So where x1 and x2 are the values that we are given to the, like x1 is for the disk and x2 is for the, I think, drat. Okay, so what we are having by Collins-Link function, that is the regression function for the binding, we are actually the plotting a graph between the between the y-axis, x1 and x2. Okay, so this is how we can get, and this, that is this, these are, I think, these dots that we are seeing is actually, here we are dealing with the datas over there belonging to the our database. Okay, so this is what, how we can able to find out, or how we can able to convert a data into a plotting or histographing or conversion of a data into a variable, and then take that variable in order to plotting the graph. I think it is clear to all. Thank you.